Wonderful. Well, we're extremely excited to hear some conversations with our business faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Henry Young, the department chair for our business administration, Mr. Brian Quarles, our business administration instructor, and Ms. Regina Brown, our business real estate instructor. Welcome.
Well, welcome. Thank you, Christopher. We really appreciate it. And you helped me out by introducing my faculty. I'll do that again. One thing I want to say is, welcome to all the students that are on the call, and I'm really appreciative of Christopher and Tim, all of those staff that have worked so hard to get this going. I think this is going to be great for our institution, and moreover for our students. So again, my name is Professor Young. I'm the department chair of business, economics, and real estate. On the call, as mentioned earlier, I have Brian Quarles, full-time faculty, and also Regina Brown. Brian's expertise is business administration and law. My expertise, as it were, is economics, accounting, and business administration. And then Regina, of course, is our resident expert in real estate. So the way we're going to do this is Brian and I will present our BADM related items first, and then Regina will come in and she'll present her items on the real estate side. And then we'll have questions, of course, at the end, as we have throughout the day. So I want to say, as you begin your academic journey this semester, understand faculty are here for you. Our goal is to provide the highest quality in teaching, academic support, and career mentoring, promoting student growth and academic success. As the COVID-19 pandemic has taken a toll on individuals' mental, spiritual, and physical health, learning provides students opportunities to continue building academic skills, competencies, and abilities for lifelong learning to pursue future academic and career goals. Also remember, faculty were once students. Thus, we have walked the educational path that you are navigating in your lives today. With this being said, whenever you feel you're alone during your academic journey, know we are here to support you. VVC faculty are committed to providing curriculum pathways necessary to support student achievement and success using equitable policies and procedures that promote the development of our emerging intellectual thinkers within our community. So with that being said, I'd like to go ahead and start our presentation. So business administration, economics, and business real estate. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, next slide, please. So the first thing I wanted to do is to introduce our adjunct faculty, and I know that they're not here on the call this evening, just to give students some vantage point of the instructors that that teach within our department. I'm not going to go through all of the names, but you can kind of preview. We have more or less, 7 to 9 faculty that are on this particular slide, and some that are not teaching in the spring. So if you ever need to contact an instructor, fundamentally it's their name, in my case, henry.young@vvc.edu. And we really feel we're fortunate and proud to have the experts that work within our department. These instructors teach various items that are related to the business administration, economics, accounting in particular. And so I want to introduce just by virtue of a showing of their names. Next slide. So of course, the business administration department in of itself, the program, if I can speak for business administration, is huge, very important. I mean, in our society today, every business that exists is obviously under that auspices of a business organization. And with that being said, we offer several things. And of course, before I go on too, and I do apologize, I was supposed to allow my faculty to speak to you to kind of introduce themselves. So before I do that, because that's very important, let me go back and we can stay right here at this slide. Brian, can you go ahead and introduce yourself if you would, please?
Thank you, Henry. Welcome.
Okay.
Brian J. Quarles. I'm completing my second academic year here at VVC as a full-time faculty member.
Thank you, Brian. And Regina?
Hello, I am Regina Brown, and I teach business real estate at VVC. And Brian and I started at the same time, so I am also at the second year as well.
And thank you so much. I do apologize for that. I got a little bit ahead of myself. And so thank you so much. I'm definitely honored and privileged to work with both Brian and Regina, who have come on, as Regina mentioned, the last year, just to increase the quality and expertise in our department. So thank you too. So going back, so the business admin program, we have several, should I say a degree, which is the business administration AST degree, and we have several certificates, bookkeeping, management certificate, and upcoming in the near future, we hope to start an entrepreneurship certificate. Next slide. So some of you students out there have probably already begun your business administration or real estate academic careers. Of course, this slide basically identifies all of those courses that are required for the business administration AS degree. And what we mean by that, again, this is the Associate Science in Business Administration. These courses will also prepare students, obviously, for transferring to the university to pursue a number of different degrees. Of course, accounting is fundamental within the business curriculum, economics, legal environment of business, or should I say legal environment of business and business law, introduction to statistics. We have a computer course and also an intro to business course. Within this program, students will also have to complete their electives and their general ed requirement. And you say, well, why might I get a business administration's associate's degree? Well, you'll notice on the bottom there, students can go into a plethora of different industry and or career paths, from accounting to finance, entrepreneurship, human resource management, international business, operations management, real estate, marketing, and even public administration. And those are just a couple of the areas that students might choose to work in their career goals. Next slide. The next thing is I've identified here is our management certificate. And the items in blue are all of the classes that are actually will fulfill not only the management certificate, but the business administration associate's degree. So the items in blue, if you take these, you only have to take these courses once. The reason I show this slide is that fundamentally students would have to, they could start their program. Let's say you want to get a associate's degree in business administration, but along the way you say, well, hey, I want to maybe get a certificate, because most students are going to work while they're going to college. And so to get the certificate, you would need to take those classes that are not itemized in the blue, which are principles of management, of course, introduction to business, business math, and then you would have to take one of the items on the bottom tier there. So keep in mind that as you're going through your program and as you look to see, how you're doing in your courses, it's very important to be mindful of the fact that you may be able to obtain a certificate before you actually finish your degree. And I think this can help those students that may not necessarily have the goal of transferring to the university, but may be working at updating their skills, competencies, and abilities for workplace readiness. Next slide. And then the last certificate, before I turn over to Professor or Brian Quarles, is our bookkeeping certificate. This is a certificate that students can actually complete after taking 16 units. And again, the items in the blue are classes that a student might have already taken, that if they have an academic path for either the business administration associate's degree and or the management certificate. And so those are just a general view of the degree and certificates that we have currently. Again, I mentioned that Brian and I are working on the entrepreneurship certificate that should be on board next year. All right, and we'll go, and Brian, you're up next. Next slide.
Well, as Henry mentioned, I'm happy to announce that we plan to offer 2 new courses in the upcoming fall semester. Those 2 courses include Developing an Entrepreneurial Mindset, Entrepreneurship and Innovation. We hope that these will be 2 of many courses that will be offered in our entrepreneurship program, which will include not only entrepreneurship certificates, but a degree as well. So please stay tuned for more information in the next few months as we unveil our program. Next slide, please. As a former student and lifelong learner, I fully recognize the financial commitment necessary to both attend college and earn a degree. Based on information and statistics from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics that was put out last year, July 2020, we see that education actually pays. As a student, I would refer to it like this: make a financial investment today or a salary that you plan to earn later. This slide reflects that there is a direct relationship between the level of degree earned and your average salary. For example, let's assume that you earn only a high school diploma. Expect a salary in the average of $38,000. Compare that to obtaining a 2 years associate's degree. The average salary is an increase of $8,000 more. The other idea I'd like to reflect from the slide is that there appears to be a direct relationship between unemployment and the level of degree earned. For example, if you earn less than a high school diploma, you're at the greatest risk of being unemployed at 5.4%. Compare that to earning a doctorate or professional degree, you're least likely to be unemployed at about 1%. Keep these ideas in mind as financial commitments seem very burdensome and overwhelming, and keep it in mind that this is an advance on a salary that you hope to earn later. Next slide, please. There are other benefits and advantages of completing your academic pursuits by earning a degree or even a certificate. I've mentioned the idea of economic empowerment in terms of increased earning potential. Another advantage is greater employment marketability. In other words, you're more attractive, you're more appealing to a prospective employer. In fact, you then have greater control and autonomy over where you decide to work. In addition to the idea of economic empowerment, it also prepares you for the workforce. Many employers now refer to these skills as soft skills or 21st century skills. They include problem solving, thinking critically, certainly oral and written communication is important, and team building, also known as interpersonal competence. Now, one value of taking classes here at VVC is that when you're assigned a group project or assignment, then you expect to work with people from different backgrounds, cultural, different life experiences. This is important because this deepens your multicultural understanding and makes you more competent and appealing in a very diverse workforce. The last idea applies to actualizing or bringing about pathways in different areas. Of course, you're probably aware of, after obtaining a degree, even a certificate, that it puts you in a pathway to then transferring to a 4-year college or institution. In addition, by obtaining and completing a degree or certificate here at VVC, it increases the likelihood of your success at being a small business owner. Finally, as we've discussed, as we plan to unveil our new entrepreneurship program, it heightens the spirit of entrepreneurism. And with that, I'll let Henry take over the next slide.
Thank you, Brian. Excellent information. I mean, that relationship in terms of the cost of college and the ultimate benefit lifelong learning, potential earnings. I mean, just amazing slides. So I really appreciate your elucidation there. Lastly, before I get to Regina, but of course, I want to also just talk about student success tips. Again, as I mentioned in my opening statement earlier to you students, we're here for you. Of course, as you embody and/or go about your academics for this semester, keep in mind that desire is important as you navigate this journey, which is sometimes uncertain. Maintaining the desire to be better, to grow, is important. Effort and then support. I do believe that if you're on this call for others, you'll see for other departments, you'll see that Victor Valley College definitely has the support. All the students really need to do is to reach out. Of course, some resources that I've identified at the bottom of this slide are our library resources, and of course, our illustrious Amy Azul and the tutoring department. I've also indicated the information there. From time to time, students might need tutoring. And again, it is okay to reach out. That's what the tutoring system is there for, or process is there for. And as well as those of you, there is an access link in case you have to get some special support as you're going through your academic careers. Next slide. All right, so that will conclude the business admin and economics portion. I'd like to turn it over to Regina. I think she has a different slide deck.
Yes, I do. I can just share my screen if that's okay. I mean, share the slides on my screen.
Okay.
Let's see if I can. Let me do a. Okay, let's see if it works, if I can get it to work.
Regina, while you're doing that, I thought I saw Chris's hand up. Chris, are you still there? Okay, maybe not.
Okay, can everybody see my screen about why start your real estate career? Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Young and Dr. Quarles for that wonderful information about the business department. As you know, real estate is part of the business department, and we go hand in hand. Our courses go hand in hand with business, because when you're learning about real estate, you are learning about business and becoming a business person. So let's see if I can get this to move forward. So welcome, your future starts now. Our real estate program, today we're going to talk about the freedom, flexibility, and financial benefits of your new real estate career. And my one motto that I always keep in mind, it's never too late to start and it's never too late to finish. And I think I've heard that already a couple of times today. Did you know in 2019, the finance, real estate, insurance, rental, and leasing industry added the most value to GDP, which is gross domestic product, in the real estate economy? I'm sorry, in the US economy. And as you can see, which, real estate is a part of that finance, $4.49 trillion were added to the US economy in 2019, which was the biggest sector of growth. So there is high demand for jobs and careers in real estate, finance, insurance, and leasing. Also, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the occupational outlook for real estate careers is very strong. You can see there the salaries for real estate agents and brokers. And again, these are averages. Appraisers and assessors, property managers and HOA managers, financial careers. So you can see between $54,000 to $87,000 per year. Why real estate? Well, first of all, real estate is a basic human need. When we talk about food, shelter, and clothing, right? Shelter's number 2. So real estate, housing will always be something that people need. We all need a home to live in, whether we rent or lease. Real estate investing by buying your own home has been shown to be the greatest way to build generational family wealth from generation to generation. And as you can see in the slide before, the real estate industry and all the related things like home building and, financing and mortgages contributes positively to the US economy. Also, personally, for real estate, it could be an income opportunity for yourself, and there is high career demand for the industry, as we already talked about. So many students start out their real estate career and they want to become a real estate salesperson or real estate broker, which is fabulous. And the main reasons that they cite are the time freedom, the flexible schedule, and unlimited earning potential. So those are great reasons to start your real estate career. Some people don't want to have the kind of career where they're sitting behind a desk all day. They want to be out helping people, working in the field, communicating with people, and crunching numbers and negotiating deals, painting houses or rehabbing houses. So this really suits their schedule and their career goals. And as we said before, there is a high opportunity for earning potential. According to a Houston Chronicle article, real estate agents earn between $39,000 to $96,000 a year, or it could be higher. So real estate careers, I want to talk about 3 basic types of real estate careers, because as I mentioned, real estate sales, with being an agent or a broker, that's what people typically think of. But the world of real estate is so much more than just that. We typically think of residential sales, like buying and selling a house, but there's also commercial sales, which is buying and selling commercial buildings like warehouses, industrial, manufacturing, restaurants, retail, medical plazas, shopping malls, and all those types of things. You could also become a real estate brokerage owner. After you become a real estate agent, you can work in the industry, get your experience, take more classes. Of course, at VVC, you need 3 real estate classes to become a real estate salesperson, and you need 8 real estate classes to become a real estate broker. And that's the first step to becoming a brokerage owner, is earning your broker's license. You could also be a property manager either on the residential side or on the commercial side. And on the commercial side, we call it either an asset manager or a leasing agent. You could be a real estate assistant in an office. Another new job is a transaction coordinator, which has really blossomed in the last few years. And there's huge demand for somebody to become a real estate transaction coordinator. Most of them are licensed. You could become a mortgage lender or a loan broker, an appraiser, HOA community manager. And these are some of the fields for those who go on to earn their real estate license or formal education that requires some kind of a state exam. There are also other careers that require courses, but not necessarily an exam or a license or a degree, such as working as an escrow officer, being a corporate employee, home inspector, investor, tax assessor. That's a good county job, is tax assessor, and those are always in need. Title officers. And then there are other related industries in the real estate field that don't require any type of special license or exam, at least not from our real estate program, but they are fields that are related, such as an attorney, paralegal, marketing, photography, construction, staging, architecture, urban planning, and lots of other things. So you can see why real estate contributes so much to our national US economy, because there are so many different types of jobs created in the industry. So how do you get started on your new real estate career? Well, at VVC, we offer real estate certificates. We have 2 currently. We also have a real estate AS degree. And the other thing you can do after you complete all your courses at VVC is you can transfer to a CSU or a four-year college. Now at VVC, to get started, we do have something called guided pathways, as you've been hearing about in the past couple of days. It helps you to make sure you're completing the right courses, staying on track, finishing in the quickest amount of time. It's a good way to plan your classes in advance and know what your path is to be able to graduate or to earn your classes for your certificate. Our classes for real estate are online and remote for this spring. And we do have, when we resume, hopefully in the fall, we will be having face-to-face classes again. And those are mostly in the evening. And I just point out this schedule because it's very convenient for those people who do have a job and work during the day. Enroll today, your future self will thank you. And that's a big thing, is looking back and seeing what you did in the past that led to your success today. So today, do something that you can look back on later and say, I was successful because I enrolled at VVC, I completed my courses, and that was the start of a great career. As a matter of fact, I am a community college graduate. I graduated in 1988 with a degree in real estate and business administration. And it was the best thing that I could have ever done. Although at the time, I didn't really know what I was going to do with it when I was a student, but eventually found my path, and it's been a wonderful career. I will share some success tips in my classes, as well as the book knowledge and what you need to know to pass your exam, which is what many students are concerned about. So to start you off, we have BRE 100 Real Estate Principles. We're offering in the spring in two different formats, 8-week and 16-week format. And next we have BRE 101, which is again both formats. They run back to back. So you can either take them concurrently or you can take first one and then the other. And then also this spring we have real estate finance. We're going to learn all about mortgage loans. We have real estate office administration. We're going to pretend that we're opening our own real estate brokerage, and we'll be looking at it from a brokerage owner point of view. And then real estate marketing. How do you get out there and generate leads and make money in the business? And then don't forget, we always have co-op and work study with Julia Wendt, which is for students who want to work in the field and earn college credit as they're working. As we've been learning about the past couple of days, Victor Valley College has wonderful support and resources. I have just a few of them listed here, but I am just amazed at all the help and support for our many students here. We were hearing today about 2 different programs to help foster youths succeed, which is really awesome. We have a tutoring center, writing center, math success center, communication center. We have ESL classes, access accommodation, military support center, and so much more, all designed to help you succeed. And again, these are at no cost to you, the VVC student. This is just some fun pictures of our classroom where we've had guest speakers and just have a lot of fun in our classes learning. This is a little vision board project that we did before COVID, which we weren't able to do last year and, meet in person last year, but hopefully we will again soon. And Victor Valley College is a high quality community college with a beautiful campus, many support services available to you, top quality instructors, and a pathway for you to get from point A to point B in your life. And I know that's what most of us are looking to do when we enroll at community college. We don't necessarily maybe even know what that impact, the end goal is, but we know it. We need a path to get from where we are now to somewhere better in our future. And VVC is that vehicle to get you there. So Bring your best. Join us in success. So what do you have? Dreams? Check, we got you. Goals? Check, we got you. Future? Check, you got this. Start your real estate career today. You're on the right track. Just catch the VVC spirit. Thank you, everybody. Any questions about our real estate program?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Regina. You know, I have to take a moment and I have to commend you. The vision board project, I love that. What a great opportunity to teach some students a great lesson and help them to start to visualize the future and what they're going to really achieve. I love that. I also do want to brag just a little bit. Of course, it always comes back to scholarships. But I want to commend and thank Ms. Brown because she refers students over not only, of course, for our on-campus VVC scholarship drive, but she also frequently refers very well-qualified students for the California Community College Foundation's Real Estate Scholarship Endowment Scholarship. So it's another opportunity for students who are pursuing a degree and a career in real estate to get that little bit of extra boost, that little bit of extra help that they need to get their business off the ground, right?
Yeah,
So,
you bet. We go to bat for our students.
That's right. That's right. So actually, while we have the three of you here still with us, I wanted to ask, everybody needs good fuel. And when you are running your business, when you are going out there and you're trying to make your own thing happen, you need good fuel, whether it's in business or still as a student. So I wanted to ask you three, as daunting as business can be, especially when it's sales, where do you go for good energy? Where do you go for your good juju?
Well, I'll start. In my mind, I think it really aligns with the goals that you've set. You know, what I've experienced in my life being a business owner at one time, and then, of course, I do believe inherently I'm a business owner as I pursue my career. I mean, each project that I undertake is something that's related to my business, my career. But I think the goal is very important. I mean, the energy, I believe, is aligned with the fact that if you can see it, you can achieve it, right? So, and again, I realize that is not always easy to capture when you have, you know, the litany of things that are going on in your life, like COVID, as we know, different family issues, different financial things. But I believe that goal is really important to really hold on to that in terms of if you dream, you can achieve it if you desire it. So I think that's just very important.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Brian?
Ms. Brown, how about you? Or Ms. Quarles?
Mhm.
Go ahead, Regina, if you like.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I think I'm a pretty high energy person and our students are as well. I guess it comes with the real estate territory, but I get very energized by my students. They're always presenting some new scenario, asking great questions, thinking about it, and sharing their stories. So that always energizes me as well. You know, VVC has been a really great resource. And so I am very excited about all that VVC has to offer to the students. Outside of work, I really try to stay grounded and stay plugged into our weekly church and all of our church family. And they give me a lot of inspiration and my faith keeps me going too. So.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Mr. Quarles, how about you, sir?
I read a quote recently that said, if you know why you're doing something, you'll always find a how. And so it goes back to the purpose for which you create a business. If you remain grounded in the purpose and know why you're doing it, it's less likely you'll diverge from that particular purpose and always find a how to accomplish it. The other thing is, I think I'll ditto certainly what Regina said about fellowshipping only within the church, but with like-minded people in a particular industry. I was fortunate enough when I had created a business, there were others that were within the same industry, and they served as a de facto support group and go to them with problems and just concerns that came up. And most of the time they're very supportive in helping me resolve them.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, we've really appreciated the information that you've shared with us and your insights. I know for me, it's always important to know where to get that next fill up on good positive energy.